beautiful people on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Dior Homme Parfum. That's what we're gonna talk about in this particular video. And it is one of my comparison videos that a lot of you guys are pretty familiar with these days. And in this video, I will compare the first 2014 batch of Dior Homme Parfum, which I got in this particular travel sampler right here. I will compare it to a newer 2023 batch, which I got in this normal 100 ml bottle right here. Before we move on, guys, with this video and the real subject in this video, I have to tell you that in the near future, I will make another video about Dior Homme Parfum. And it will be called something like how to make your new batch of Dior Homme Parfum last even longer. It's because a lot of people have been complaining about the newest batches of Dior Homme Parfum and their performance. That particular video will be out in the near future, within a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, something like that. I just have to tell you that because this video right here is not about how to make your fragrance last even longer. This particular video right here is a comparison video where I compare these two batches, which I already have told you about. So back to the real subject. I just have to tell you about that video in the near future. In the end of this video, I will write both batch numbers down so you have them, the 2014 batch as well as the newer 2023 batch of Dior Homme Parfum. Then you have them, then you can compare them. Maybe you have one of these batches, you can do what you want with them. That's what I use to do in these videos. Or else on the screen, you can see the old batch of Dior Homme Parfum. It's a 75 ml, the 2014 batch. Here's the full presentation. As well, you can see the newer batches of Dior Homme Parfum, which is 100 ml bottles. And here is the full presentation of that one as well. Or else, Dior Homme Parfum is just one of my loved ones, so to speak, one of my favorite fragrances, one of my favorites designer fragrances, actually one of my favorite fragrances in the whole world, but I just really love that dark beauty, with iris, leather and rose, and if we shall move more deep into the notes in this beautiful fragrance right here, then we got the Tuscan iris, we got a little bit of Italian orange, and at the mid we got leather and rose. At the base we got sandalwood, ambrette, oud and cedar. These are the notes, more specific in this beautiful fragrance. And I think it's very, very dominated of the oud and rose. I think a lot of you guys watching this video is pretty familiar with Dior Homme Parfum and the notes and the smell and stuff like that. But for those people who ain't pretty familiar with Dior Homme Parfum, that's why I show the notes and tell a little about the fragrance, But let's move on, guys. As you know, in this little travel sampler right here, I got the first 2014 batch of Dior Homme Parfum. And I'm very familiar with the first batches of Dior Homme Parfum. I've been owned a couple of bottles, used one up, sold another, and stuff like that. But I'm very familiar with this particular fragrance and the earlier batches of Dior Homme Parfum. So today I will wear the newer 2023 batch of Dior Homme Parfum to see if there are any differences, compared to the old 2014 batch right here. Actually, I got a couple of bottles of the newer batches of Dior Homme Parfum. I got a 2022 batch. I got another 2023 batch sealed and stuff like that. But I think it would be pretty fair to use a whole nother batch of Dior Homme Parfum, a whole nother 2023 batch when I compare these two batches. So I will wear this 2023 batch today. Then I will come back to you guys tomorrow and tell you if there are any differences in this batch compared to the old first 2014 batch. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Hi guys, and welcome back to this second part of this Dior Homme Parfum comparison video. As you know, yesterday I've been wearing the newer 2023 batch of Dior Homme Parfum so I could compare it to the first 2014 batch. Were there any differences? Yes, I must say. And I have to say, guys, when we compare these two batches, you have to think about that sometimes some fragrances need to mature before you get the full potential of the performance of the particular fragrance. And I think that is sometimes the cases with the newer batches of Dior Homme Parfum. But that's what I'm going to talk about in the video in the near future. You know, maceration, maturing, stuff like that. But in this particular comparison video, it's about these two fragrances and their comparison to each other. And let's start with the first 2014 batch. How does it perform? And it's really good, you know. It has a great sillage and it has a great projection for the first 4 to 5 hours. Then it settles closer to the skin, but you still have a nice scent cloud around you for a couple of hours further before it's very close to the skin, but you still get whiffs of it, you know, here and there. And when people pass you, you pass people, stuff like that. But the full longevity, all in all, of the first 2014 batch is for about 12 to 14 hours, but you actually have to wash it off to remove it completely from your skin. That was the first 2014 batch of Dior Homme Parfum. And when it comes to the newer 2023 batch, it has a great sillage and it has a good projection for the first 2 to 3 hours. And when it comes to the longevity, all in all, then it has a great longevity for about 10 to 11 hours. And then you actually get whiffs of it here and there. Of course, after the projection phase, but it's almost gone when you hit the 10 to 11 hour mark. And I actually think that it is because of, because it needs to mature more. Sometimes it is like that with darker scent, that they get better over time. Not always, definitely not with citrus fragrances and stuff like that. But sometimes it is like that with darker scents, with, you know, oud, sandalwood, stuff like that. And I know if I have to talk about my own personal experiences, that it is like that, exactly with a fragrance like Dior Homme Parfum. It needs to mature. But that's the way it is in this particular video when I compare these two batches to each other. That was the full performance of the Dior Homme Parfum 2023 batch. That was my comparison video of Dior Homme Parfum, the first 2014 batch, compared to a newer 2023 batch. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, guys. And don't be scared of buying newer batches of Dior Homme Parfum in the future. It simply just need to mature, and that's it. That's what I have experienced with this particular fragrance. So I think that I can say that without, lying and say something that's not true. But yes, that's it, guys. That was my comparison video. I hope, as I said, that you enjoyed the video. I want to say thanks to my subscribers. Welcome to new subscribers. I'm very glad to have you on my channel. And as you know, in the future, I will be out with a maturing video. I talked about earlier on in this video, I will be out with another, a beast mode fragrances video. I will be out with, I don't know how many fragrances yet, but some fragrances for life video. And I will be out with more with time. You just have to be patient, guys. Or else, the only thing I got to say left is that I hope that you are enjoying your life with your family, friends, and loved ones. Until I see you again, guys, enjoy life even more. See ya.